Okay, good morning everybody. Here we are at the end of January and we are in Cork Harbour. For all of you people who are in America and places like that, this is Cork Harbour in Southern Ireland. I'm going to take a run up the coast. It's approximately 20 miles. Over there you have Crosshaven. That's a famous spot because the oldest yacht club in the world is based in there. And then here you have Roach's Point out here, Roach's Point, Fort Camden and Fort Carlisle. So we have, you can see a tanker in the background, and we have an oil terminal here. So this is a harbour in Cork, and it is the, I'm going to say, the second deepest natural harbour. It's got some reputation anyway. So here I go. I'll probably stop along the way. I am going to run up the coast to a place called Kinsale, approximately 20 miles away. I'm out today with my 225 horsepower outboard, and yeah, I'll check in later on. As you can see, I'm just discovered a pot of dolphin here in the harbour. It's a wonderful sight to see. I've obviously slowed it way down to a crawl, as I don't want to injure or harm any of these fine animals. I hope this is coming up in the camera. It is very difficult to. Wow. Oh, wow, look at these. Wow, wow, wow. They're small little babies. They're literally swimming around the boat here, playing. You can see over in the distance there, that is a boat being towed in by what we have, the Iron Ally, similar to Sea-Tow and Towboat US. This is a voluntary service that we don't pay for, but you are encouraged to give donations. So I see somebody was out this morning and they're being towed in by the local life group here in Cork. Apologies for the camera work, it's a bit fancy. Here I am again, a few miles outside the harbour. and I have a pod of Dolphin here with me. There they are over there. It is a little cold today. It's probably 5 or 6 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. Okay, here we are about, I don't know, 10 or 12 miles up from the coast. You have an island there called Little Sovereigns, and the larger island there is called the Big Sovereigns, just so you get an idea of where we are. This is the here. Oh goodness gracious me. So there we are, that's me. There's Little Sovereign here. If you can see it here. And Big Sovereign there. We're only up the coast here. Further up the coast here, heading for Kinsale. We should be there in the next half an hour. Anyway, it's a bit lumpy today, definitely a little bit cold, but the boat is doing really well. Touch wood. So we have absolutely well. So we're out in the middle of nowhere here. So this is the Atlantic Ocean. You know, this could be a very wild piece of water. But today, thankfully, it's a bit rolly, a bit lumpy, but it's a nice day. Okay, here we are. Kinsale is up there. We are. This is a Bowman rock light in front of us. There's a rock there above it, and this here is the entrance to Kinsale Harbour. Kinsale is a very famous place because it has a very good reputation for fine restaurants and fine dining. It is a beautiful Cork town. Out here, the old head of Kinsale, is a very expensive and exclusive golf course. Apologies for right in the background. Anyway, so I'm just going to head away in here into Kinsale, and we'll have a tour on Kinsale Harbour before I head back to Cork. Okay, here we are after coming into the harbour. You can see there's a local boat storage facility, and as you can see over here in the distance there's some local, I'm guessing young sailors learning their trade. And in the distance here you see a fort called Charles Fort, and that in its day would have been used to protect the harbour here from invasion. And along there there's some apartments and housing. Once I get further, I'll take some closer up shots. Again, we have the young sailors, I'm guessing they're young anyway, all practicing on a Sunday morning. This here is Charles Fort, as I was explaining earlier on. So it's really a tourist attraction these days, but it was used as the defences for Kinsale back in the day. So yeah. Everything going nice and smoothly today. It is cold. I think I said that right. So this is the inner harbour in Kinsale, and as you can see there's a lot of people. We have a housing crisis here in Ireland. There's a lot of people living in these old boats here, purely because they just can't afford to get a house or anywhere else. And you can see more of it here. But anyway, this is Kinsale. There's the marina there, and as you can see there's a lot of new construction going on here. It's a very fashionable place to live these days. That's very expensive to buy property here. So this is the marina here in Kinsale, and as you can see it also supports a fishing fleet. They're probably out fishing today, and their ships come in here. I think they deliver grain or something like that. Okay, so there's the ship that's unloading. Here we have the Iron Line I spoke about earlier on. I have a lifeboat based here in this building, just there, that blue building. And this is the upper harbour here, and there's another marina further over here. I'll take a spin up there in a second and take a look at that. This is called the Illin. She is a fairly new boat, actually, built in the last, I'm not sure, 10-15 years now, down here in West Cork. But I think she does sail training for young people. Oh, sorry, pictures. Yeah. She's a gaff-rigged, traditional style sailing boat, and you'd see her anywhere. She does a lot of travelling. So again, this is another marina here in Kinsale. You get a good look at the whole of Kinsale now. Okay, it's time for me to wrap up. I have an hour's spin back down the coast for me to recover my boat, put it back on the trailer. So I'll probably take a few shots on the way, maybe, and if not, then we'll see you back in Cork. So here we are, after arriving back into Cork Harbour. You can see a big container ship on its way out, and this is just what the harbour looks like coming in. That's Roach's Point off in the distance. And there we have a nice day out in the water, albeit cold. Well, here I am back on the trailer. I couldn't film it, I only have one pair of hands. Anyway, there she is, back on the trailer. Time to go home, wash it, ready for the next trip.